Alright, y'all, welcome to another episode of the Big Kahuna channel. I'm your host, the Big Kahuna. Alright, y'all. Sorry I haven't been posted. I didn't post anything yesterday, but I'm posting today because this is my trade from yesterday, right here. And since I'm trading futures, right? Since I'm trading futures, it took me out, hold on. 3:30 p.m. So around here somewhere. Let's go to the 1 minute. And it took me out somewhere 359. Somewhere out here in profits. And then I placed another sell limit entry here. And I think it wicked me. Yeah, it wicked me out. So I waited. This was like early this afternoon where I lost this one. Yesterday afternoon, I lost this trade. It wasn't nothing too major, to be honest. Yeah. The red means that's where I entered in. The blue means that's where I got taken out. But yeah, so this next trade I was in since yesterday, last night, sorry. This trade I was in last night, you can see this where it triggered, and I've been holding it ever since. I really do want this to quit playing. It finally broke out. And then retested. So I'm expecting this to continue going down. To tap in to my area where I gotta move my stop loss to break even. That's what I really want. But I don't even think I can move my stop loss now. Let me see. Nope, I can't because trader, I think it's Tradeovate, or what's the name of this darn broker that I'm in? Not Top Step. Apex Trading, bro. It always does this. To where I can't do anything. That supposedly has to do with my internet connection and all this crap. I'm like, alright, cool, whatever, but I know where the freaking Top Step ain't got no issues when I use Top Step, so I really like Apex, but they need to get their infrastructure. I don't know what they need. Maybe better infrastructure, maybe better servers or something, or at least come up with a system to where it works seamlessly with cell phones also. That's my little issue that I have, that either this crap, this right here, that, to where it can't even find the ID. That ID just randomly disappears, which I don't understand how, because if it hits TP or if it hits stop loss, it freaking counts it. So when I'm in the trade, it's invisible. So that's the only thing I don't say I don't like it. That's the only con about this, is it does that. I don't think Top Step did it, because when I was using Top Step, I had no issue transitioning from my phone or to my computer. The only thing is that with Top Step, you can't log in. So if you're logged into your computer and you try to log into your phone, it logs you out on your computer. But I didn't have no issues with that, because that was fine. At least you can still trade on your phone. But I trade on my phone all the time, so I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't know. I digress. But let's see here what she is doing. Alright, here's my buy entry model here, from here to here. Tapped into my 70%. You could have written this all the way to my breakout area. But as you can see, we got 1 second left. Next opening candle, it should shoot down here. to continue to sell. If it doesn't, it's going to shoot back up to my entry, and I might just get out this trade because, like I said, I've been holding this trade since last night, and gold's been doing some really weird crap, man, since this whole stupid war thing started. I don't know. Looks like we might be starting World War III. I'm not too certain. I'm just going off of what I think, but never mind. I digress. I redact that statement, what I just said. So, but it's kind of annoying, man, because it's like, yo, like gold is doing some weird, wacky stuff, and it's pissing me off because, you know, it's hard for me to freaking get into trades when it's doing dumb stuff like this. I mean, right now it's the market's about to open, but still, it's annoying. It is so annoying. But anyways, what the heck? I'm gonna lock this in place. So that's the only thing I see. Okay, cool. Okay, they just took out this liquidity that's sitting up here, which is nice. So if this does continue tanking, that'd be good. I want to see the break of these levels down here to decide to hold my trade or not. Because here's my TP all the way down here, and that's based off, I think, the daily. My daily time zone. Yep. My daily. So I'm tapping into this area down here. That's what I want to see get hit. As you can see, on the daily, we were uptrending, and now it looks like we're starting to downtrend because it's starting to make lower lows here. Well, all it did was just tap into this area, really, this fair value gap off the daily. That's what that 1 hour looks like. Downtrend in here. So if it continues going down, we should break all of this upward trend liquidity that's just sitting all here. But other than that, I'm targeting this last low for my TP that it created here. But yeah, that's all I see for now, y'all. But yeah, I'll keep it posted. But that's why I haven't posted a video recently. Because I was just frustrated with gold. So yeah, this is what I want to see here. Oh look, liquidity, it just wicked it. That's a nice liquidity sweep from here. That is nice. Yeah, look at that sweep. But yeah, I digress. I don't want it to come back to entry. I just want it to continue going down, man. But lately, to be honest with you, with this whole freaking, the way gold's been moving, man, it's been making me feel some type of way with my own analysis. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like it's been making me feel some type of way. Like, if dang, man, like I know it was, yeah, I know we selling, but why is she looking like she buying right now? You know, it's been really messing with my psyche lately as to how crazy and sporadically gold's been moving. So that's just part of the game, you know. I do have my confirmations that I stick with. But when I think the market's, when I see the higher time frame, and the higher time frame telling me one thing, you know, and I go with my higher time frame bias, you know, but then it's like, yo, I jump to the lower time frame and it always claps me every single time. So, but yeah. See, now I'm on the 3 minute. I see where this is going. I tapped into that fair value gap. Really imbalance, really. It just tapped into the imbalance. That was it. The fair value gap is down here. More further down. It just tapped into imbalance and took off. And then it gave me that. It gave me my buy model entry here. If I saw this, I would have flipped from this wick to this high to get this entry. If you go down to the lower time frame, you'll see it better. Let's go down to the 1 minute. And there it is. You know, but all this is doing is fine-tuning me and my strat, man, to be honest with you. But see, look at that. 70%, boom, boom. I would have put my TP at the green, and I would have been out of this trade. Because this, from the 70 to this 90, it's a 1 to 10, I think. A 1 to 6. I 1 to 5. Well, yeah, 1 to 5. And if it was from the 618 to the 90, it would have been a 1 to 3. But I digress. This is the stuff that really, you know, it's making me really redefine. Like it's helping me figure out where I'm going wrong, or to at least switch up whenever I see, not switch up, but whenever I see like the market being not unpredictable, but not doing what it normally does, if that makes any sense. You know, to just pivot type. You know, still stick with my confirmations and my strat, but just pivot just a little bit. But it is what it is. I was sitting around $100 all day today. But I was sitting around $100 all day. This is where we at. I'm running around $20. I still think she's selling. My 1 hour time frame bias here. I feel like she's still selling. There's all this liquidity down here that needs to get recaptured. All of that. But it is what it is, man. The market's gonna do what the market's gonna do. But this is what I want. This is what I want to see it do. Continue going down. Maybe retest my entry, but overall, I want to see it continue going down. Yep. Alright, then I'll keep y'all posted. Alright, y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my breakout line here to down here now, because this is where the new low is at within this 3 minute. So I'm gonna move that to there, to be honest. I'm still gonna keep my area to where it breaks even to move my stop loss, but I can't really move my stop loss, but I'm gonna still use this here as a reference point. So yeah, even if I was in the trend, I could still move my stop loss. I wouldn't move it until it broke and retested this area. Then I know that's a safe zone for me to move my stop loss and at break even. Because say for instance, if I had it here and it broke and retest, as you can see how I had it previously. Let me go back one more time. All right, see how I had it here before? If I would have waited for it to break and then retest, right, and then I would move my stop loss to break even, which is right here where this red line is at. As you can see where this red line is at, look at what it did after it broke. What it do, it came back and tested this entry. So if you would have moved your stop loss at break even too early like this, you would have automatically got taken out. This is why I wait. I look for certain areas. So this area right here, which is the overall low, last low that it created, I'm gonna put something here to tell me, okay, cool. Once it breaks and retests it, then I'm moving my stop loss to break even, because I know it's not gonna come back up all the way the hell back up now. You know, it's gonna continue going down. So this is what happens to people when they're in the trade and they move their stop loss too early. It always takes them out. Always. I see it every single time. It always. So what I'm gonna do is my breakout area here. I know it has to come down and break this area, retest like it did when it was up here, to continue going down. So I've been on sales on gold all week, y'all. That's been my bias all week. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to do, just continue dropping. But it's doing all weird stuff. It'll make you think it's buying, and then it's freaking, then it takes you out, and then it makes you think that it's selling, and then it takes you out again. And I'm like, yo, I'm going off of the higher time frame bias. What is it doing? Yeah, it really messes with your psyche sometimes, man. That's why you gotta be like fortified in what you're doing. Like, yeah, sometimes it gets me too, you know. But it's like, you know what? I'm going with my overall bias, because it's like my first. It happens every time when I see my bias. Okay, cool. It's selling overall. All right, I'm going for a sell, right? And I'll go in for a sell. It'll trigger, you know, and then all of a sudden, it'll change up, or it'll wick me out, you know. So I'm thinking it's gonna go up. And it goes up for a little bit, and then it just freaking tanks. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just reevaluate everything. And then normally, like, my overall sell bias is what really the direct is my overall first bias is the direction that it normally goes in. But yeah. Doom, 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 doom. And other than that, that's what I'm waiting to see. Sorry, y'all. I'm smacking on a piece of gum here. Sorry. But yeah, man. So welcome to the Big Kahuna channel. Or for those that are new, I'm your host, the Big Kahuna, and we're trading live here. I don't know. Gold's been really pissing me off lately because it's been doing some crazy movements that's throwing everybody off their game. So So yeah, this is it. With my bowl of water, sorry. We had to change the character down here. Now we have a breaker structure. If this comes down to here and retest is off of here, off of this imbalanced candle, then I might just get out this whole trade completely and just not trade for the rest of the week. Come back next week, to be honest. But we'll see. Hmm. Sorry, yo. I gotta stretch. Yep, this is what I see. What's happening now? Well, y'all, what y'all doing for Juneteenth? What y'all doing on this awesome holiday? I totally forgot it was Juneteenth day today. The markets are open, so I'm figured they're not gonna stay open all day. They're probably gonna be open half a day. So, yeah.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Go! ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
So, let's see how she reacts. Hey, y'all, check this out, man. Hey, Donald Trump is roasting the heck out of Jerome Powell right now. He's saying he's costing our country hundreds of billions of dollars. He said he is one of the dumbest and most destructive person in the government, and the Fed board is compliant. So it's crazy, right? That's our president speaking it. Well, this is where we're at. I totally forgot it was a holiday today. So we'll see. Markets are still open. I wanted to break this area, this breakout line, to continue going down, to be honest. It is what it is, though. Alright, y'all, I'll be back. I gotta go use the restroom real quick, but I'll keep this open. Alright, y'all, I gotta go to the restroom real quick, but I'll keep this open. Oh, of course it logged me out. Sorry about that, guys. I am back. Of course, it kicked me out. I hate this. So bad, Trade-Evate. I need to fix y'all crap. Alright, y'all. We are selling. Let's go. We are up 300 on this 300K account. Same thing. Wait, what? Okay, we were up 300. It's all good. This is where we're at now, so. It's gonna continue doing what it's doing. It should break, retest, play around here for maybe a few minutes, a few candles, play around here, and then continue going down. So that is what I see happening. If it continues tanking like I want it to, Like if it continues doing what it's doing right now, that's the play that I'm looking at. It breaks my breakout area, play around here, maybe come up a little bit and continue tanking into this break-even area, play around there, maybe come up a little bit or even retest the breakout, fully, and then continue tanking, And that's what I want to. That's the play that I want to see happen. New York session is opened right now, so hopefully it continues pushing the market down. I know it is a holiday, so it's probably going to be open half a day. It'll probably close like around 11 or something, like within the next hour or so. But overall, this is what I see the market doing. So overall, that's what that market doing. Yep, that's about it. Got me some water and some, what are these called? The P3s. These are freaking delicious. They're packed with 11 grams of protein. That's all I need, man. Keep me going. And I got my Wakanda water. It's not called Wakanda water. It's called Weikai. But I call it Wakanda water. Alright. Sorry, y'all. Oh, all right.